Studies show that isolation can negatively impact mental health. It can impact productivity and it can even impact business success. For us, entrepreneurs like us, the stakes are even higher because our families rely on us too. In this episode of Moving the Needle Forward, you'll be discovering why it's essential to address this issue head on. Hey, entrepreneurs, welcome back to another episode of Moving the Needle Forward, your weekly dose of small actions you can implement for immediate results in your life and business. I'm your host, Chinelo Onneku. I'm a certified business strategist. I'm a property entrepreneur. I'm a wife. I'm a home educating mum of two boys. In America, you guys call it homeschooling. I'm a tech nerd. I really am. I'm founder of the Facebook community EntrepreMums, a community that's dedicated to empowering mums like you with strategies to intentionally design success in both your life and business, especially using tech. Today's show is addressing a topic that many struggle silently with: isolation and lack of support. As entrepreneurs, balancing business and life, family life can often leave you feeling isolated and without the necessary support you need. I've been there. Many mums I've spoken to have been in the same place. Why is this? Because there's so many support facilities, or it seems like there's so many support networks around us. It is literally because entrepreneurship, by its nature, can be a lonely journey. You've got these dreams in your head that you sometimes still need to translate into reality. But when you translate it into reality, you're working on your own. You're walking the journey by yourself because till it becomes perfection, as we like to think, people don't see what it is you're trying to achieve. So it's mostly a lonely journey. And you might often be working long hours, especially at the beginning of your business, sometimes from home, and sometimes you're juggling multiple roles. You then add on the demands of combining that, running a business and maintaining a household. And this can lead to feelings of loneliness, and not having a support system can exacerbate this, which is what many entrepreneurs struggle with. Now, when we talk about support can come in various forms: emotional, professional, and even logistical support. Emotional support can come from your friends, your family, or partner, your spouse, your children. While professional support is usually around your business, mentors, networks, or even a virtual assistant or somebody that works with you to reduce the burden, someone you can delegate work to. Without this support, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and you could burn out really easily. You may find it difficult to make decisions. You may experience decreased productivity. You may experience a lack of creativity or a decline in your creativity, procrastination, and literally what you dreamt of, what you created would no longer seem like fun because it feel like a chore because you burnt out. The lack of support can also make it harder to balance your business and family life. The harmony, the synchronization you need to make you feel fulfilled can be missing, and this would lead to stress and frustration because it's difficult to let go of one in order to achieve the other, right? So, how can you combat this feeling of isolation and build a support system? Because when we talk about isolation and support, it's easy to think that these are things you can just handle, they're not important. But I hope you've heard the impact it can have, not just on you, but on this business that you've invested so much into. Here are a few strategies to get you started. Firstly, it's so important, especially in the world that we live in today. Join a community. Look for online or local communities of like minded entrepreneurs. You'd be gladly welcomed into a community of entrepreneurs, our Facebook community, for instance. The essence is that being part of a community provides that sense of belonging. It provides a platform, whether physically or virtually, to share experiences and advice, which many people don't usually have. They're too busy to find. But you need to prioritize this. Networking is another way to build support systems. Whether it's in person, whether it's virtual, building a network of peers is important because it can provide professional support and opportunities for collaboration. Collaborations are especially exciting when it's with your peers because you get genuine feedback on what you're doing and you get avenues, you can discover avenues for you to sell your products and services, your offerings to a genuine audience without feeling icky about sales because you know that you're selling to people who've genuinely said to you, who've authentically, truly, honestly said to you that they need what you have to offer. They boost your confidence and you sell from a place of confidence, knowing you're just being rewarded for making a difference. One that is very often undervalued is mentorship. Find a mentor who understands the challenges you face. If you find the right mentor, you can usually find somebody, it usually comes as somebody who will offer you guidance, support, and valuable insights into both your personal and business life based on their own unique experiences that, if you've chosen well, will complement yours. Now, another one, this is not necessarily about isolation and support, but it kind of is because it's supporting yourself. Make sure that you establish clear boundaries between your work and your personal life. As entrepreneurs, we find this difficult to do. It's always a work in progress. We've got to remind ourselves work stops here and life starts there. Make that distinction. Ensure that you allocate time for self care. Look after yourself. You're your company and your greatest asset. Without you, there's no dream. If you built your business properly, yes, it'll be independent of you, but the vision still comes from you. And your family needs you. You need you to be okay. So it's essential for you to establish those boundaries, allocate your time, and look after yourself. Maintain a healthy, symbiotic, synergetic relationship between your business and your personal life. Lastly, my favorite thing, tech. Be sure to leverage technology for staying connected with other people, for optimizing your time and efficiency, and even to enable you to work virtually when you need to, or if you prefer to, if you'd like to be a digital nomad. Since the pandemic, many offices, if you're one of those who are still working, in an office, many offices have realized that they've increased productivity by allowing their staff and employees the flexibility to work virtually or in person, the choice, the freedom to choose. Now, this quote, excuse me, technology can not only improve connectivity, but can also lead to better work life balance and increased productivity. The COVID-19 pandemic has shown that remote work, when managed effectively, can result in higher efficiency and greater flexibility for employees. This quote, buttressing the point about virtual working, is from Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft. So if you have the flexibility to do so, choose where you'd like to work. Don't feel you have to do one or the other. Remember, seeking support in whichever form it may be is not a sign of weakness, it's actually a strength. By connecting with others, you can share your burdens and celebrate your victories together. We're stronger. As entrepreneurs especially, we're stronger together. And by building a supportive network, we can thrive both personally and professionally. We can rise together. I want to share a personal story with you. When I first started our first business, I often felt isolated. I'd come from corporate life into the space of running my business, and I was home educating my children. So I was a unique case. Many people hadn't met me. It was either stay-at-home mums who were home educating their children; those were friends of mine too, or people in the corporate world doing various things in the corporate world, or ladies in tech, or other people in tech, and I never seemed to fit in anywhere. Juggling family responsibilities and business tasks left me little time for social interactions at the start of my business. Now, like I say, joining these local business networks didn't really work for my peculiar circumstances. Many didn't understand what I was doing, a businesswoman who was at home, educating the children. So I yearned constantly for an authentic community in which the only compulsory denominators would be entrepreneur and mum, just those two. I didn't find what I needed, so I created something, EntrepreMums, and it changed everything for me. The support and the camaraderie I found in my community is one I wouldn't trade for money. It reminded me that I'm not alone and that there are others who understand my journey, who are on a similar journey. I say all of this to say to you, if you don't find what you need, do not be afraid to create it. Not just for business, but for community. There are others waiting for what you are currently looking for, and you might just be the answer to their prayers. Of course, I'd love for you to join us in EntrepreMums, but if you'd like to create something, do so. Now, for your moving the needle forward action step this week, reach out to at least one person who can support you on your journey, or you can support on who you can support on their journey. It could be a fellow entrepreneur, it could be a mentor, it could even be a friend. Schedule a coffee chat, virtual or in person, and share your experiences and challenges. Unburden yourselves, business wise, depending on where the conversation takes you. This small step can make a significant difference in reducing isolation and building a support system. If you do it, if you do it, schedule it in your diary and take it as seriously as you would any other business meeting. Then, please send me a message and let me know how you got on. I would love to hear about it and cheer you on. Remember, take this step and you'll see how connecting with others can bring you perspectives. Take this step, be intentional about it. Remember, you're not alone. Support is just a conversation away. It could be one you start or one somebody else starts with you. But make sure you do something this week to connect with somebody for support. Now, thank you for joining me on this episode of Moving the Needle Forward. I hope you have found it useful. Isolation and lack of support are definitely challenges that can be overcome, but with other people. By taking action and connecting, you can build that network that will empower you to build your business for legacy. You're not alone. It may feel like it, but you are not alone. Thank you for joining me today. If you found it helpful, this episode, please send in your thoughts or your questions, and don't forget to share it with other entrepreneurs who might benefit from what you have learned or what you have experienced from being here. Until next time, look after yourselves though, nurture your families, and keep building your businesses for legacy. I'm so excited for you and what you're doing. I'm rooting for you. This is Chinelo Ononoku, and I'm signing off. Bye.